relate to you, and I'm giving Becco a break. So the city of Philadelphia was founded by one of the kings of Pergamum, where we'll be tomorrow afternoon. It was Attalos II. He was the founder of the city of Philadelphia, and he was the successor to his brother Eumenes. Tomorrow you'll hear about the succession of kings. There were mainly Eumenes the first, Attalos the first, Eumenes the second, Attalos the second. I can't remember if there was a Eumenes the third before Attalos the third. Becco will tell us that. But Attalos the second was a successor to his brother Eumenes, and had what had become a proverbial loyalty to his brother Eumenes that was well known throughout the kingdom. In fact, while Eumenes was still in power, the Roman administration approached Attalos II about striking some kind of a deal that would put Attalos II in power, because I guess he favored the Roman administration somewhat, and they approached him about overthrowing his brother Eumenes, which was really a very dangerous proposition to be made to Attalos II. But he chose to be faithful to his brother Eumenes, and decided that he would not go into this deal with the Romans, but continue to support his brother Eumenes. And as a result of that, he was given the name Philadelphus. Attalos II was also known as Philadelphus because of his brotherly love. Of course, you know, Philadelphus means brotherly love. So when he founded the city, it was named in honor of his love for his brother Eumenes, Philadelphia. And it had a very strategic location where it was situated and where it was built. It sat right on the junction and intersection, basically, where two provinces came together. The province of Phrygia, that we've been in most of this time so far, which comes from the west, this way. The province of Lydia, which were basically, when we're in Sardis, we will be in what was the province of Lydia. And then the province of Mysia, which is a little bit further to the north, where Pergamos is. It's kind of, if you can think of the strategic importance of this, it's kind of the area that you live in Europe. Okay, you're living right in the corner of Germany, Belgium, and Holland. Okay, kind of the strategic importance of that location is how the city of Philadelphia was. And it was the intention of Attalos II to make this city a cultural missionary center to propagate the Greco-Asiatic culture into the regions to the east. And because of this importance, the city was known as the gateway to the east, because it was from here that the Greek language and the Greek culture by Attalos and his followers was spread into the regions of the east, in the provinces into that area. Okay, gateway to the east. And it was a very successful venture, actually, because you see that in Lydia, in 19 AD, the local Lydian language had been replaced by Greek. So a very successful venture. Very strategic importance of the city also because it controlled two of the river valleys, the Hermes and Meander river valleys, which were very fertile valleys. A very prosperous grape cultivation that went on in these two valleys. And those of you who looked out the window on the way here, and Becco pointed it out, you would have seen all the vineyards that are still here in the region today. One of the biggest things that Philadelphia had to struggle with was earthquakes. Okay, it was frequently plagued by earthquakes. In 17 AD, 23 AD, the city was severely damaged and almost destroyed by these earthquakes. And we have some historical record from Strabo, the first century geographer, who says this about the city of Philadelphia. He says the city was ever subject to earthquakes, and that incessantly the walls of the houses are cracked, different parts of the city being thus affected at different times. For this reason, but few people live in the city, and most of them have spent their lives as farmers in the country, since they have a fertile soil. So here the first century geographer Strabo makes reference to this predominant problem in the city of Philadelphia, the earthquakes, that constantly has the buildings in disrepair to the point that the citizens are more prone to actually live out in the farmhouses, out in the vineyards, out in the countryside, rather than staying in the city where it's relatively dangerous because of the disrepair of the buildings. So taking that into consideration, you will understand and see why you don't see very many of the old structures, both because of the earthquakes and then because the modern city, the new city, built right on top of the old ruins of the previous civilizations and the previous people. And the only thing that is left are 3 or 3.5 of 6 columns of the church building, a basilica. Again, that refers to the structure, but it's the 4th, 5th century period church structure, so the early Byzantine time period. You can see these massive columns, these massive structures. You can see part of the archway, how they would have connected with the next column via an archway. So this was quite a massive structure that was here.